So welcome back. This is when we're going to get going. You'll have seen from the last video we've had a bit of a delay, but today's the day. So starting now, hopefully by the end of this video we should be in a good position to get going. I think it'd be mainly a time-lapse video, so yeah, it'll be over the next week or so, but we've got the bits and bobs to do as explained in the previous video. Put the beading on, rub it down, get the architrave on, sort of on here and on these doors. And then the job I'm going to do now is something I didn't expect. So this opening I thought was a door frame. I thought it was all prepped, ready to just take a door. And what I tried doing is starting to get the paint off. And as you can see here, so there, it's not actually wood, it's plaster underneath, which I never realised. So that, although the size of it is perfect for a door except for the height, we need a frame putting in. Another unexpected cost, but it's one of them things you come across and shouldn't have presumed, I suppose, because at the bottom, quite easy to see there that there's no frame in there. However, there is a piece of wood up here. So as you can see, it sits lower than this door, and they were too much, or let me just step back so you can see. There's not enough height on it to, you can't cut enough off a door. I think there's a set amount you can cut off the outdoors, and that is too low for it. So I'm thinking, well, I wonder what's up here, because I didn't know if there's sort of breeze block and a wall behind there. So I've cut a couple of holes just to see, and that's wood, as you can see there. I don't know if focus. Same there, and same in that hole there. So there's a wood batten across there. So what I'm hoping is, and what I'm going to do in today's video, or this video and now, is what I need to do is cut this bit of plasterboard off just to reveal the wood at first, and let's see what we've got, and then sort of take it from there. What I'm hopeful of is that there's a nice thick chunk of wood that runs the width of that, and with that wood either removed or revealed, we end up with sort of a top piece like that sort of a door frame insert, or whatever you want to call it, fits that gap to take, I think it's a 726 door. So what we need to do, grab the multi-tool, grab the GoPro because we're going to time lapse it, cut the plaster off. I've got a new multi-tool bit, just bought, I think it's a cheap one from Flits. Yeah, so bought that and get it on the multi-tool, get that cut out, and let's see what we've got up there. Hopefully it's good news, but time will tell. So crack on with that, pass you over to the GoPro for a time lapse, and let's get it off. Well, that was a bit of a success. So what I've done, use the multi-tool, where are we? New blade on it, there we go. So we've cut through the edge beading, and I've also took the skim off. And what that's revealed, luckily, is the screws that seems to hold the plasterboard on. So we'll get them off, use the trusty impact driver, try and get them off, and hopefully reveal this bit of wood. And then I think I'm going to have to cut the plaster here. On the inside there's still the architrave. I'm hoping to reuse it, so I'm just a bit careful, but I might have to pull this off. 2-minute job just to get this side sorted, but we'll do everything on that side and see if we can make it work. So fingers crossed, it's a good sign so far. So we'll crack on. Just need to get my impact driver and get them off. So I think we've got somewhere. As you can see, that's up there is the top of that wood, which if I remove that, we can raise that up. I'm going to cut the plasterboard now to the top of that. That will bring it to the same height as that, and then the carcass can go in to suit sort of the opening for the door we need. As we can see here, you'll have seen on the time lapse, I've tried to use my flexible screwdriver to get them, but I'm not, so I'm going to have to cut this a bit lower down. So hopefully 4 screws, oh, maybe one there, should get that wood out. I can cut across the top there. I'll do it before I take the wood out, just so it's supported. And yeah, so that's a good job done. So I'm going to crack on with it. Time lapse is running, so let's get going. So that concludes tonight. So we've removed that. That's about it really. So as you can see, there's another bit of wood there and 2 blocks, one at either side. I had to cut these to make way for the screws, but it shouldn't be an issue, I wouldn't have thought, due to the carcass going round there. I think we'll have it matching all the way across. So yeah, that concludes that bit for now. Waiting for a joiner to price the carcass. Simply, it's just easier. He's already doing the doors for us, so yeah, I'm going to get him to do that, and the door for the double doors there, the carcass for that. So what I'm going to do now is try and tighten the screws underneath the stairs. Try and stop it creaking. It's not too bad actually, but nothing wrong with doing some more. Just go up these and see. Actually, they're not bad at all. So yeah, just check them all, make sure all the screws are tight. I think that'll do me for tonight. Tidy up, and yeah, resume tomorrow and see what we can get done. Hopefully we're moving nearer. I think tomorrow's probably going to get these beadings on and maybe look to get them filled. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers. We're making progress, so the beading's on, the new one. My dad's been doing that, and then so this one is filled. Just need to like a finishing coat on it, and then we can get the rest done. So that was just a practice run, so it was a case of putting them all on, letting it dry, and then I think he's coming back tomorrow to do that. So what I've been doing is round the bottom of the walls, as you can see down there, down there, just filling big holes, purely because the skirting board needs some support behind it. So by just adding them bits of plasterboard, it'll give it a bit of support. We did it in the living room, no issues. So yeah, top job there. What else have I done? Right, so that large piece there, so I've just cut that out using trusty Ryobi multi-tool. I bought this, it's not anything given, but it's been a godsend, you know, for cutting things and that sort of stuff. So what I've done with this is, as you can see, show you there, that is the same panel as that. So under the stairs, that's where it were. Now, what I wanted to do is, sort of inspect behind, get behind it, tighten all the screws because the stairs does creak quite a bit. So I can tighten all them. I've had to get a new sort of bit because if you look at them, where are they? It's hard to see. They're actually square heads. I never knew there were a bit that was square, but yeah, there is. So I can tighten all them. I've already done these, that stopped it creaking and done a good job. So I want to do it under there and then I might change it to plasterboard. So just have a sheet of plasterboard. It's actually, removing that's actually created loads more space. So I might actually leave it like that, but we'll see. And could even put a spotlight in really, rather than that light. And it might be better to put some down there. So yeah, we'll see what cracking. So I'm going to get cracking, screwing them up, and yeah, quite hard to film in there, so I'll probably not bother. But we've also decided in here, as you can see behind me, near the door, that's pitch black. So what we're going to do is, see if I can get a better view. So that light, I'm going to move from there to down there. This light's going to move over a touch, but maybe if I can, I'll swap the smoke alarm, them two around. I want to try and move that light switch to there, if doable. And then in here, we can have spotlight in there, just one, and then maybe two spotlights, one either side of where the current light is. And I think that'll just give it a bit more light in there. And it's just pitch black, and it's same in here. Down that area is really dark. Yeah, upstairs there's two lights, so if we can make it work, we will. So that's probably a job for this weekend, just given I need to turn the lights off and I can't do it while it's dark after work. So yeah, they're the next jobs. I've ordered the downlights, I've ordered the new switches, sockets, so yeah, we're making progress. Day 2 or 3, day 2, and hopefully we'll see some good progress towards the end of the week. Skirting board's ready to go on. So it's the end of the week. We've got quite a lot done, to be fair. So a few bits that I've not filmed on here or spoke about, but I have spoke about previous. So one of the jobs which you will have seen was tighten the stairs up. They're tight. Just need to do that bottom one because that still creaks, which you'll be able to hear, but it's not bad. So something I spoke about was the light situation. So you remember the smoke alarm was over here, the light was there. There wasn't a light down there. So what we've done is centered this light to this part of the room. So it's centered between that wall and there, and then centre obviously side to side, and then moved the smoke alarm, which is the Nest Protect, further over. You may have seen earlier in the video there was a hole there which was from that light fitting from the previous owner. I fitted that light, but the previous light fitting as well. So what we've done is we've took the skim off, which you might have seen on Instagram, sorry. Took the skim off, filled it, it just needs filling again, because as you can see it's just sat a bit low, which is what we want. So then we can fill it, get it as smooth as possible from the application, and then it'll just need a light sand. And we've done similar thing there. And then to feed that light, it's obviously fed from this light. We just had to make a few holes there, but also this half of the ceiling had sort of sunk a little bit. So what we've done is secured it there, because there's a joist that goes across, and made it secure. So that's had a bit of filling, and what we've tried to do is sort of level it and sort of make it gradual into, I mean you can't see it anyway, but yeah, we've just tried to get it so it's smooth as possible. So that just needs a little rub down, so do them too, and a bit more filler. But yeah, it's made a massive difference to the room. Loads more light in here. So what we're going to do is, that light fitting is going there, which matches this one, it matches the one on this floor above, and matches the one on the top floor. So that's another pretty big job that's been done. That's been done now, so that's ready for the door frame to go in, and then we move on to the beading. As you remember, they were rusty at the start of this video, so they've all been replaced. then used, I can't remember what it's called now, I'll find it in a second, and then fixed them in place. So that one's been done, and that one, and then the same on this side. So they've all been filled, rubbed down and smooth, so once painted now, you'll never know they were there. Also, when we had the new front door, excuse the reflection, there was obviously big gaps all the way down here, all the way round. I didn't want they do some, I forgot what they call them, like edging strips, which just fills the hole from where they've removed the old door. We asked them not to put them on. Very secure doors who did the door were happy to oblige, and just left it with the holes down the side as my request, so that we could fill it. So it's obviously not its final, but it's had its sort of final skim. Just needs some light rubbing down to make it flat again, but that's another good job. That has had its second lot. It's still a little damp, but that just needs rubbing down as well. But you can see how it's filled all the way around the door now, stopping any drafts or anything like that. But yeah, so that's another good job. So then tonight, what we need to do is fit the downlights. So the hole's drilled and that's in, but it's not wired or anything like that. So we need to put one there, and then one in here as well. And what the goal is to get rid of that darkness around the door there, and obviously they'll come on at the same time as these. So what you can see there is I've drilled a small, I think it's 25mm hole, maybe a little bit bigger, just to make sure there's no joists above them, or pipes. Now this one, there is water pipes, hot and cold, but the downlight fits in. So I'm happy that that is suitable. Now I'm not going to do this as a how-to video on how to install downlights. It's just, I'm going to do it. If you don't understand electricity, you don't understand what size cable you need to use, or how they're wired, then I'd suggest you get an electrician in to do it. It's not a big job. I can't imagine it's overly expensive to have done. So yeah, so all I'm going to do is time-lapse me doing it and show the finished result. So we'll crack on, and then that'll be it for this video. So let's get going. And that concludes today's video. So it's been a good week. We've got plenty done. The spotlights are in, as you can see. I think I'll leave it there. Nice big hole. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. Much brighter in here. So what we need to do is get that filled. I like to make that sort of hole a bit squarer, make it easier for getting some plasterboard up there, and then sort of skim it over with filler. I have still got the one downlight to put here. I think I'll do it.
but it is a lot brighter in here than
First anticipated.
but yeah, so I'm just waiting for a new drill. I've ordered that an angle drill so I can get through the joist that's up there. And yeah, I'll leave this video here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy following the journey, and be sure to head over to Instagram, newbuild_DIY_journey, where you see a few more daily posts showing the progress and a few behind the scenes. So thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe. Cheers.